sweat in my ear. Shit. I really didn't want to work out, but I had to, man. I had pizza and stuff yesterday. And I had an extra sandwich at night, which bloated my stomach. So I had to work out for at least an hour, and that was an hour. I kept working out until my body just gave out, you know. Sometimes you gotta do that. Just keep working out until your body can't take no more. You know, until you can't kick another kick. Until you can't do another push-up or a sit-up. Just keep going until your body just gives out. But yeah, man, it's really over for the average man, bro. It's like you can't be average nowadays, bro. That's why I'm chasing the bag with all my heart and my might right now. I'm working to be above average. Because average men are screwed in the dating market today. You can't afford to be fat, as highly competitive it is in this dating market. You can't afford to be slacking with the resources and the finances. I saw that on Pop the Balloon. This guy got rejected because he was I think he was a truck driver and a waiter or something, or a server, working in a restaurant. He got rejected because of that. You see, that's what I'm saying, man. They only dealing with the 20% of men, man. Nah, she rejected him because of his looks. You know, if he was a Chad or a Tyrone, I mean, it didn't matter what you would do for work. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Chad or a Tyrone, they'll make an excuse to sleep with you. Oh, he just getting himself together. He'll be okay. He's ambitious. We could work on that. Nah, she rejected him because he was average.
Wait.
He was average looking. And when you're average looking, you can't afford to be just working working as a truck driver or a server. The world belongs to the 20% of men, bro. You feel what I'm saying? The world belongs to the 20% of men. The 80-20 rule. You know, you can't be lacking in nothing nowadays. With your weight, you can't lack on that. I learned that the hard way. The moment I got fat, these women didn't want to have nothing to do with me, man. I can imagine like the people who are average looking, or the men, I mean. I can imagine the men who are average looking and fat, overweight, they having problems. They're having problems in dating, man. And that's let me know, like, man, you can't afford to be fat. At that, you know, you can't afford to be average. So yeah, it's over. If you're an average guy, you'll be lucky to have a girlfriend or a sex life. Cause my sex life, being an average man, has sucking. I mean, sorry guys, I'm burping. I just got done drinking at Rockstar. Shit. My dating life as an average man has sucked throughout the years. Because of social media, man. People forget about social media, man. You know, men forget about the reason why they struggle. They can't put a hand on it. They're thinking like, man, am I sub 5? Am I ugly? Hell no, you're not ugly. You just average looking, man. You're not a top Tyrone. You know, it's just the fact that these women are only hunting for Tyrone and Chad, or the guys who's rich, a sub 5 guy like Tyrese. They got some money. They're only looking for superficial things, man. That's the reason why you're struggling. Your finances is not in order. You got average at best finances. You know what I'm saying? That'll cause you to struggle. Your height, average at best. Height is average. That'll cause you to struggle. Like, because I'm not 6 feet tall, you feel me? Like, just because I'm not 6 feet tall, that cut the women in half. Like my flow of females. So I'm gonna struggle a bit because of my height. And I know what you're saying. Like, short men, average height men can get women too. It's not that easy. Not like the guys who are 6 foot plus. They're, you know, I mean, here are the 6 foot. I mean, what am I saying? Shit. Here are the men who are in the 20%. Okay, 6 foot plus guys. They're in the 20% of men. Rich guys, they're in the 20%. Chad and Tyrone, they're in the 20%. Now, if you are, let me back that up. If you're a tall guy and you sub 5, yeah, that don't qualify you to be in the 20%. You know what I'm saying? If you like facing LMS, you tall, you below average looking, you're not in the top 20%. You got to be at least average looking and 6'3" to be in the top 20%. So now we breaking this down, this shit like math down. You feel what I'm saying? Because I wonder why you ain't had a woman in a long time. How come you ain't had a good sex life in a long time? Because you're not in the top 20% of men that women are dealing with. See, women are superficial and shallow in the West. These bitches are materialistic, superficial, shallow, conceited. You know, even the average woman is superficial and shallow and conceited. So a lot of guys are, you know, self-improving at an alarming rate because they're trying to have a better sex life. Like I said, over here in the Bay Area, man, we got 350,000 millionaires. Women got their pick of the litter out here. So you wonder why you're struggling. You know, I could work out and lose the weight and I'll still struggle, bro. I remember I thought that by losing weight, I was gonna get me a girlfriend, you know, back before the pandemic. I was using enhancements, steroids, just so I could drop weight so I could get a girlfriend, right? Now, it made a difference. Women, they started to open up to me, they started talking to me. Because before then, when I was fat, I couldn't even get a conversation started with these females, okay? But the moment I lost weight, all of a sudden, yeah, I got some play, you know? But I wasn't getting much sex, you know what I'm saying? Because the dating market was so tough, I was only getting nibbles of sex, basically, you feel me? And I wasn't getting shit on a consistent basis. So that frustrated shit out of me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That shit frustrated the shit out of me. So I said, fuck it, chase the bag, bro. Like, become part of the 20% that women are dealing with. And I was really desperate. Now this is back, man, what the hell's on me, man? Fucking, I got bit by a mosquito or something? Before the pandemic, I was really desperate for a girlfriend, right? Because I was struggling. This is back when I was overweight. So I lost the weight and I started going out on dates. I started becoming active with women again when I lost the weight. But it was like there were droughts in between women I was dealing with. And I got tired of that shit. So I started chasing the bag instead. Make myself part of the 20% of men, that they're dealing with. Because this shit could last a lifetime. I've been out here struggling for the last, 8 years? Ever since me and my girl broke up in 2017, I ain't had another girlfriend since. Because on how competitive it is. It's so competitive. Like I said, the average woman walking around like some shit, the average woman is walking around like her shit don't stink. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand what you're dealing with and go after the bag, man. Go after the bag and it'll lighten your shit up, man. Like I said, man, before the pandemic, I pretended to be rich. I was so desperate. I was pretending to be rich. I was pretending like I had my shit in order. You know what happened when I did that? These women start kicking in the door like ninjas, bruh. I swear, bruh. Moment I start pretending to be rich, I start wearing jewelry and expensive sneakers and stuff. These females, hiya, they kick through the door like Van Damme. Kicking in the door like Chun-Li, man. Kicking the door like Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? They kicking in the doors, bro. For real, man. I had a girlfriend just like that, or a woman who wanted to be my girlfriend, until she found out that I wasn't balling. See, you can't be average nowadays, bro. And you wonder why we got so many millionaire men out here, bro. Because it's forcing dudes to go out there and self-improve into a millionaire. This date market is forcing me to become the best version of myself. Because let me tell you, if it wasn't for the internet, if it wasn't so goddamn competitive, I wouldn't be out here chasing the bag. You feel what I'm saying? So the average man is done for, man. Everybody's trying to work. Well, not all men, but all men are trying to work. Some men, not all. Some men are trying to work to become over average. That's why you see so many goddamn fancy cars out here where I live at. Goddamn, everybody driving a Tesla. Not everybody, but a lot of motherfuckers out here got Teslas. They got high-end cars everywhere. Cause I live somewhere in the suburbs. I don't live in the hood. But where I'm at is a suburban area. Man, everybody got above average cars out here, man. And I noticed the motherfuckers who got broken down cars, they by themselves. Unless they're a Chad or a Tyrone. Chad and Tyrone, they can drive around in a piece of shit car and still get women, man. But right now, if you got a girlfriend, bro, or a wife, you above average, bro. That's why I say average men are done for, bro. Keep on being average. It's gonna last your whole entire lifetime, bro. You're gonna struggle your whole entire life. I swear you will, bro. Because these women are not dealing with average men anymore. Because of social media. They don't have to. Man, they get on social media and find a Chad or a Tyrone or a rich guy just like that. Or not even a rich guy, like a guy who just got his shit together. An entrepreneur or something like that. Some motherfucker that owns a business, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not super rich, but he got his shit together. So those are the motherfuckers that the women are dealing with. If you broke and you average looking, goodbye. It don't matter if you in shape either. That's not gonna help.
Wait.
It'll help a little bit, but it's not gonna it'll increase your chances, yeah, being in shape, but it's not gonna make a big of a difference. You feel what I'm saying? you know. Like, when I got into shape the first time, I thought I was gonna get a girl, you feel what I'm saying? When I lost the weight, started using enhancements, I thought I was gonna get a girl just like that. Popped with the full blue. Got me a girlfriend, hell yeah, bitch. That didn't happen for me, man. I got pissed off. I did all that hard work in the gym for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It made something wrong. It did make a lot of a difference the way women treated me, right? They treated me they treated me with more respect. You feel what I'm saying? When I got into shape, but I still didn't get a girl at that time. I even took it out on my enhancement dealer. I was like, motherfucker, this is supposed to get me a girlfriend. You gotta do more to get into shape, bro. You gotta get your finances in order too. Or you're gonna end up old and alone, man. Old, broke, and alone. That's where I don't want to be. Just to think about that, man. I just sat back and thought about that. I was like, man, this is gonna last another 8, 10, 9 years. I'll be 50, still in the same situation. I'll be 55, still in the same situation. I'll be 60, still in the same situation. I don't want that to happen. So I'm getting my money together right now. I'm chasing this bag right now, man. But yeah, it's over for the average guy, man. Nobody can be average anymore. Like I said, there's so many goddamn millionaires in this Bay Area, man. Motherfuckers start the same way. They say, hey, I'm gonna chase this bag. I don't want to be struggling with females. I don't want to have a sexless life, bro. I don't want to be celibate. I don't want to be an incel. I'm gonna chase this bag until I get it, man. You know, that's what they say, man. And Pop the Balloon, it made me realize, you know, that show, Pop the Balloon, right? It made me realize what beast I'm dealing with, what type of beast that I'm dealing with. You know, dudes are getting next and getting rejected because they got a little bit of plaque on their teeth, you know, or about how they dress and shit, right? So I saw Pop the Balloon and showing me how sensitive women are and how picky they are. And men who got it going on too, how picky men are. Men who got the bag, men who got money, they picky as fuck. A woman with a fat face, oh, that's a deal breaker. A woman, she ain't got good fashion, that's a deal breaker. I don't like her dress, that's a deal breaker. Oh man, that shit happens in real life. A woman don't like your teeth, next. You got a fucked up ass hairline, next. Cause they got so many options. You gotta be, nothing could be wrong with you. Nothing could be wrong with you. You feel me? So that's why the years went by and I ain't had a girlfriend in so long. You gotta understand, women got a lot of options nowadays. The average man is not cutting it no more. When you got a lot of options, you ain't gonna want average. Just like a lot of guys, they say, well, I'm gonna get the bag and be with an average woman. No, you not. No, you not. There's a few millionaires and billionaires that married average women, but for the most part, you go for the fat booty, model-looking woman. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you gonna go for. Look at Tyrese. You think he with an average woman? Hell no. He got a lot of options. He gonna be picky. And when you do have a lot of options, you tend to be picky, just like women. They get online, they got all these options. They pick you. You might have won and got in good with her. As soon as you make a mistake, she's out of there. Like that fat chick that I was dating a while back before the pandemic. She waited until I made a mistake and that fat chick had left. I didn't really make a mistake. I just didn't give her what she wanted, which is a commitment. She gave me an ultimatum, you know. She said, hey, either commit it or I gotta leave. That's what the fat chick told me. I didn't want to commit. She's not on my looks level. And I'm sorry, I didn't have much option at the time, but I'm not gonna have a fat baby, man. I got weight issues myself. You know, but she had a even bigger weight issue. And at the time I was on steroids. I was on enhancements when I was fighting that. I'm saying fighting. I was on enhancements when I was dating that wildebeest. You know, that big fat hippopotamus. But I had six-pack abs and everything. How are we the same? You see how difficult this dating market is. You see how difficult it is? Men are forced to, men who ain't got money, men who ain't got shit going for themselves, they're forced to date below them. Why do I gotta date a big fat whale when I got six-pack abs and I work out every single day? Busting my ass just to get a land whale? You see? Even if you got six-pack abs and you work out, dating's still gonna be tough for you, man. The tall guys, they got no problem getting women, bro, and commitments. I just saw a guy that was 6'4" or 6'5" walk in with a girl around my height. You feel what I'm saying? And I see that couple I see that couple all the time coming in Starbucks. He got no problem getting commitment and having a baby. It's the guys under 6 feet tall that are average, looking at best, having problems. Now we can land a woman, but it's tougher. It's harder on us versus the guys who are over 6 foot. You know, they plant their seeds with ease, bruh. They get women with ease. Being 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, your life is good with women. As long as you got a okay face, you okay in the dating market being 6'3", 6'4". So you're not gonna struggle. But a guy like me that's 5'9", I'm gonna struggle because of my height. Even though that's not short, that's like average. From 5'9", 5'10", that's average height. I'm supposed to be this fucking height. I ain't supposed to be all tall and shit. The average human being is supposed to be 5'9", 5'10". That's the average height for a human being, man. That's why there's more average height guys than tall guys who are 6'3", 6'4". 15% of the population, the male population, you know, is over 6 foot. Only 15% in the U.S. So they're only dealing with those type of men. Women are only dealing with dudes over 6 foot. I mean, can I still get a woman at my height? Yeah, but it's difficult. It's a struggle getting it though. It's not like an easy plop into the lap, just fall out of nowhere. You know, no, there's a struggle because they're gonna look at my height. Women have always mentioned my height, you know, after the dating apps start kicking in full of throttle. The fat chick, she was even tripping about my height. She said I was 5'8". I was like, hell no. She was like, on the dating app, you say you was 5'10". When you're desperate, you start lying. I added an extra inch to my height on the dating app. You feel what I'm saying? And I wore shoes that gave me an extra inch. You feel me? You know, some of them shoes at the market or at the mall or whatever, they can give you an extra inch. You know. And she was like, you're not 5'10" when she met me in person. She was like, you're not 5'10", you're 5'8". Nuh-uh. I'm in the middle, 5'9". You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, well, you're taller than me, so I guess it's okay. You're taller than me. I was like, damn, you see? I can't escape the shit. And they want 6-footers all day long. So now you know why you struggle. You're not very tall, bro. Women walk by you like some women, when they're into the height, especially black women here in the U.S., they walk by me like I'm invisible. A lot of black women, not all of them, but a lot of black women is not digging my height. They don't care if I'm buff or not. They just into taller men, man. And these are the guys who are getting all the action. Guys who are 6 foot plus. They're only dealing with those guys. And that's only 15% of the fucking population. So yeah, the 80-20 rule is way full in effect after the dating apps and social media got big. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so let me end this live, man, because I just got to my spot. And we'll make it a double whammy. What makes it worse, being under 6 feet tall, if you're overweight. So that's why I stay working out, man, because I don't want things to be tougher in my life than they already are. I'm already not that tall. For me to be overweight and under 6 feet tall, that's a double whammy. That means I'm really in trouble. You feel what I'm saying? So I can at least keep a nice body, a 6-pack, abs, you know, so life can be better for me. You feel what I'm saying? Because right now, as highly competitive as it is with social media, I can't afford to be fat, not at all. Now I really understand that. But you guys have a good day. I gotta go. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out.